Hi folks, if you've been watching my or any of my videos in the past, you'll have come to the conclusion that I've been getting quite a lot wrong. A lot of the stuff I've been getting wrong is to do with power, weapon configurations and all sorts of stuff like that. It's getting frustrating. I don't want to make videos that are absolute bloody rubbish. I know sometimes it looks funny to see somebody falling on their arse in the middle of a fight because they've done something wrong, but I'd rather not have it that way. So what I'm going to do here is, well, what I've done is I've totally stripped away everything off my Cobra MkIII. I've been out and earned a fair amount of credits with my other ship, and what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to set this one up for the maximum amount of gear I've got for the money that I've got, which is quite a lot really. If we have a look here, as you can see down the bottom there, excuse me, I've got 5.5 million credits. I know we can wander through most of that on the really high-end gear, and some of the stations don't have all the stuff that we want to have. We want to be able to use. It seems that each station's got a different selection of weapons and different assortments of things for the systems and all that sort of thing. So what the plan is I'm going to set this up. That's where I'm at the moment. I'm at Dalton Gateway, LHS 3447. It's quite a big system, so I'm going to get into it. We'll see how we go. And once I've done it, I'll end this video, and then the next video, the one that follows it directly, will be the test of all the equipment that I've installed. We'll go and do some bounty hunting and see how that turns out. It would be nice actually to earn a bit of money out of bounty hunting instead of getting my arse kicked all over the universe. This is not just about installing equipment as well. It's also going to be in the next video about technique, flying the ship, dogfighting and all that sort of stuff, because well, I'll come to about how I actually play the game in the next video. But what's been going on so far is not that good. I'm going to leave the old videos on YouTube so that people can have a look at them, laugh at them, or whatever they want to do. Read the comments, and then perhaps if they look further on at the newer stuff, they'll see that it's not all doom and gloom. And with a bit of guidance from viewers, people that have watched the videos and have advised me on certain things, I can pull it all together. So let's get into it, see what happens. So first of all, we want to get into the commodities market. Not commodities, what I'm talking about. Starport services. And get over to outfitting. Right, as you can see, this is totally standard. All I've got on here is the standard 2 pulse lasers that you get with a new ship. What I did was I sold my old ship with everything on it, and bought another one because I wanted a blank canvas, if you like. One of the things I want to find out about as well is whether or not when you buy a weapon and then you want to upgrade it, do you get the same money back that you originally paid out for that weapon? Because I'm not sure whether you do. And if that's the case, then that means that if you make cock-ups on upgrades and you don't get it right, then you're going to be bleeding credits that way as well. So let's just have a look. Because as an experiment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and buy and equip. I'm just going to get something cheap and cheerful. I'm going to put one. I'll put one pulse laser on here for 6,600 credits. There we go. Right, so we've got a different pulse laser on. I'm not going to use these pulse lasers because they're just not up to standard. Not up to the standard we're going to be looking for what I want to do with in the game itself with this ship. I want to be able to go out and kick some serious ass, and they're just not going to do that. So now what I want to do is go back to buy and equip, and I want to go down to, how much was that? That was 6,600 credits, right? I'm going to buy, I want a beam laser. I could spend 500,000 credits on a beam laser, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go for the next one down. We'll go for this one. That's E rating class 1. I'm not quite sure what all that means. I think class 1 is to do with the amount of internal space you've got. Not sure, but anyway. If anyone knows the answers to any of this stuff, please leave comments or point me in the direction of a website which shows where it all means, because shows what it all means, because it's all a bit well, literally rocket science at the moment. So let's have a look. So I'm going to buy one of these. Now what I want to know here is, do I get the money back that I paid for the other thing? It looks like I do. 6,600 credits. Now, if you decided to upgrade your ship before doing repairs, I would say that some of the stuff, if it's been damaged, will be worth less money. So that might be an important factor. If you've got damage, you want to do upgrades, get your repairs done first, as soon as you come through the door when you refuel, because I think you're probably going to wind up bleeding credits on that. But this is good, because this means now, as long as this works across the board for everything, it means that you never lose any money when you upgrade. All you're doing is selling stuff back. So confirm that. Here we go. Right, that's that one done. Pulse lasers. I would like to try and get beam lasers that sit somewhere between 74,000 and 500,000 credits. There's probably a space station out there that has them. I'm going to look for one. I might put beam lasers on that are worth 5,000 credits, 500,000 credits each. But that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. You know, for the amount of money that you actually get back out of, you know, bounty hunting and stuff like that, I don't know whether you can justify it. And I suppose if you're going to get your ass kicked all over the universe because you haven't got proper gear, then I suppose it's worth it. But I'm just going to go with these for now. So where was that? Let's just have a look, because I'm sure that there wasn't anything. That was 500,000 on that. No, 74,000. Well, that's okay. We'll have that for now. And if they're no good, then I'll come back and get the more expensive ones, because I don't get the money back for these. So, right. Okay, so that's them set up. So now I want to go to small hard points. Yeah, buy and equip. Got nothing on there. What I want on there is multi-cannons. Because, see, that multi-cannon there is just probably worse than useless, so I'm not buying that. Is that it? Is that absolutely it? I'm going to have to go somewhere else here, I think. I think we're going to have to take a little trip out somewhere. Okay. Well, I'm not even going to bother to buy that, because that's a waste of time. I'm going to go to a different system in a minute, and we'll have a look. So let's just have a look and see what they've got here in the way of internal stuff. Let's have a look at the alloys first. No good, is it? They don't even, you can't even change your alloys here, so definitely I think we've got to go to a different system. I thought this was going to be a good system because it's a big one for gear and outfitting. Power plant. Let's have a look at this. Right, so that power plant gives us 1200 megawatts. That one, which is less money, gives us 1300 megawatts. But it takes up more room. This is a bit hard to understand, you see. I mean, to me it just makes sense. If you pay more money for something, what you get for your money is got to be better than, you know. Never mind. Right, 11. See, these are all, we'll not even look at these. So that will give us 1100 megawatts. But I like the idea of 1300 as opposed to 1200. See, the stats on that are better all the way round, aren't they? We get a little less distance on the jump range because of the weight difference, but I'm not going to be carrying any cargo in this ship, so I've got all that space that I can load things in with, so I'm not particularly worried about the space. Let's try this. We'll buy that. Replace the old one. Okay. I may wind up replacing a lot of this stuff when I get to a different system if I find better, but we'll see what happens. Right, thrusters. This is what I've got by the looks of things. Class E4, there's D4, C4. Now, okay, so this is where I'm going to be an idiot here, right? Because, I mean, that's 10 ton in weight. And that's saying that deployed it uses 8.64 megawatts, but for some reason or other that's turned red. That's a nice blue colour. I take it that means that that's better. Again, you see, we're in a situation where you can spend a whack of money and not get better for it. So I'm going to go for this. I don't know what it is, but I think in this area, if I can keep the red away when I'm buying stuff, I think that's going to help towards coming up with something decent. Maybe wrong, but it's worth a go. Right. Frame shift drive. Now, do we want a honking great big frame shift drive just for bombing around in various different systems? Let's see what we've got. Let's start with the biggest one. See, that'll only take us 5.96 light years. That's rubbish. 4.1, 3.4. It gets worse. It would appear that none of these are any good. Well, I ain't going to change that. I'll leave that as it is because that's just silly. Right, life support. Life support's a bit of an important one. If you watch one of my earlier videos, you'll see I had a couple of situations with a canopy getting damaged right across the screen. One, I actually had the screen break, and you only get about 7 minutes before you run out of oxygen. You can't see the head-up display, so even getting lined up with a planetary system just to get back to a space station can be. Well, I didn't make it, so I had some guy telling me that he can get half an hour. He's got half an hour to go before after his canopy breaks. I don't know whether that's true or not. It might be true, but see we've got some nice blue stuff there, but again we're in the red. I think that there's better than this. I think that I'm going to definitely. I'm not even going to bother looking anymore. We're going to go to another system. So let's just. I'm going to pause the video for a minute just while I have a look around to see where there is to go, and be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. I've had a look around, and as you can see now, I'm in a different terminal. I'm in the same system, but I've gone to a different terminal in the same system because it's under a different faction. So I thought I'd just come here and have a look, because I've seen other people use this terminal for ship outfitting. So let's just have a look, see what they've got. Here we go. Outfitting. Right, let's have a look at the hard points again. The small ones. Let's just have a look. It's still the same by the looks of things. It looks like it's still the same. Yeah, let's go and have a look at the internals. So they've got lightweight. They've got alloys. So we'll have a look at that. That's an enormous amount of money, but it's handy. It's good for thermal damage, but I like that because that's good for kinetic damage. As I've been told quite a few times, lasers are really good for taking out shields, and cannons are good for sorting out the problems with sorry, this stuff's better for dealing with cannons and what they call kinetic weapons. So, only trouble is, looking at the that affects the jump range. The mass is well up as well, but I'm not going to be using all those internals for cargo. So I'm going to buy this. I know I can get the money back for it. If I'm cocking this up, I can go back and get the money, so it's not an issue. So I'm going to buy it because I want something good on the ship that's going to work well. That'll make a change. Right, okay, let's we've done thrusters. Frame shift drive we're not going to worry about, although that's taken us down to 9.24 light years now. Let's just have another look, see what else there is. See, that one will take us 13.27. It's just red here. These red bits worry me a bit. I mean, if I've got 13 megawatts to play with, why is that showing up red on power use? Or is it because it's hogging? Doesn't make any sense. I'm going to go for that. Someone can tell me that I've done it wrong if they want to. That's not an issue. I don't care. If it don't work, I'll get shot down and die an ugly death, and it'll cost me a fortune to buy my ship back. But it's only coming out of my pocket. Here we go. Right. Okay. We were looking at life support, weren't we? We were looking at life support. Let's can't remember where I got life support or not. I'll have a look at that. Can you see that? Right. Let's go back. just go back over here for a minute. Modules. Life support E3. Okay. What am I doing? Come on. Get it right. Outfitting. Internals. Life support. This is it there, doesn't it? What pellet. So A3's got to be better. There doesn't seem to be any difference apart from D3 is, it likes D3. I'm going to go for this. If I can get half an hour out of a broken screen, that would be awesome. But we don't know, so we'll have a look. If I get outside and start suffocating, I know I've got something wrong, won't I had that once on railguns. I put a couple of railguns on, but as soon as you got them out to use them, the life support went down, and our poor old guy at the controls was starting to choke a bit. So again, power distribution problems, no doubt. And I didn't like railguns anyway. I think they take a bit of specialisation. Right, so let's have a look at this, because this one looks like an important one. So this is on E3 at the moment. Power distribution. Well, the highest rating we can go here is C3. So, oh, there's a C2 there. Oh, I get it. I think, yeah. So it's the number, if it's class 3, gotcha. Right, so an A5 would be awesome if there was such a thing, but there ain't one. So we'll have this. Sensors. Do I need to worry about sensors? Is that worth buying that? Do I think? That's 5 ton again. I mean, surely the basic sensor will tell me whether somebody's wanted or not, won't it? I'll leave that for now. I'll put a question mark over that one. Right, full fuel tank capacity. Need that. Don't need this. Don't need that. Shield generator. So it might come up now that in order to fit some of this gear in here, I've got to get rid of some of these cargo racks, but I don't care about them because I'm not picking up cargo. All I want to do is go out and kick some ass. So let's we're down to just over 4 million quid, or credits, whatever you want to call it. So we've got an E4 in at the moment. The mass is 10 tons. Shield generator, E3. That's lower class than the one I've got, isn't it? Shield generator, what's that? C4. Shield generator. Oh, look at this one, A3. It likes this, I think. I think it does. And it's less mass. What else is there? Is there any more? No. Well, I don't like, look at that laser coming through there. That's not very sharp. Wonder if that's how come people wind up dead. Often makes me wonder if you park your ship on the surface and then they start shooting at another ship and they wind up hitting yours, you take damage. Is this the one for us? Is that it? A3? What do we reckon? Definitely. I'm going to buy that. I'll get that, and we'll see what happens there. Right. Okay. So we're racking up a few credits here. We've used up a few. Right. Internal compartments. Basic discovery. Right. We've sort of gone through most of the stuff you can buy. I need to find another starport now that has got decent multi-cannons, because I'm not wasting my time buying these ones here, and I really want to try and find some mid-range beam lasers as well, because it seems that it's 78. Let's have a look. Let's see if they've got any different here. There's pulse lasers there, look, 35. Cannon. So there's multi-cannons there. 38,000. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this again, and when we come back I'll be at a different terminal, because I want to find a terminal that's got good weaponry in it for this ship. So just bear with me, are we? From your point of view, I'll be back in a very short time. Okay, so I'm back. You will have noticed that again the station has changed. From your point of view, no time has passed, but from my point of view, about an hour has passed, because I've been running around a bit like a headless chicken, trying to find different places that do better weapons. It's a bit odd trying to get a mix and match right, and if you go through Google and YouTube and watch videos and what have you, you find that everybody has their own preferences for what they want to use, and for what they want to use them for. So there doesn't seem to be any sort of regular type of, or common type of use for any particular weapons, in the sense of common setup. So if you want bounty hunting, you want a particular type of setup. If you want to do trading, you want a different type of setup. It just seems to me that all the factors considering is what you can get, where you can get it, and also how much money you've got. So what I'm going to do is, because I wanted some really heavy weapons on the front as the primary weapons. I wanted some really heavy stuff, and I would have preferred heavy multi-cannons, because I like multi-cannons. They just seem to do shed loads of damage, but I don't seem to be able to find a good rating on them. I've had them before, but I can't remember where I got them from. So I'm at this starport now, and what I'm going to do, it may be a bit controversial, I'm going to give it a try, so don't whinge at me if you watch the video and think, what a complete carrot, he's sodded that up, because I may well be sodding it up, but if I have, then I'll come back and sort it. I'm going to have a couple of heavy cannons as a primary weapons, and I'm going to have these beam lasers that I've got will fit as the secondary weapons. So and I'll sort out the fire groups accordingly. At least I think I will. So let's get into it and see what we can do. Right, let's go to outfitting. So let's look at beam lasers. At the moment we've got these E1s. They're 2 tons each. I got these, as you remember, at the first station. I wasn't really impressed. I wanted mid-range ones, somewhere between 500 1,000 credits, and these were 78,000. So what I'm going to do is these are going to come off, and I'm going to put these underneath, and they're going to go to secondaries. And I'm going to put a couple of big cannons on the front here. So let's get rid of that. So this is the cannon I'm looking at. I think you've got to get pretty close up to be able to do some serious damage with it, and they're fixed as well. Or is it turreted? What does that mean? I think that means turreted, doesn't it? Not sure. We'll have to have a look, see what happens. So I'm going to buy that. A lot of money. 506,000. Oh, that looks turreted. That looks like that can kick some ass. Actually, I like the look of that. Right, let's get another one. So we're going to have 2 turreted cannons on the front. That's the same one, isn't it? Yeah, F1. Confirm. Lovely. Right, okay, so now let's have a look at the small hard points. Buy and equip. So we can get the beam late. Ooh, oh, that's a bit grim, isn't it? I thought the beam, I must have misread that. I thought I could get a higher rated beam laser. Well, we'll settle for them for now. Oh, mind you, look at that. Why is that all red? Is that all red because it's rubbish? Ah, buy back. Can I fit these on here? Well, everything's coming up red. I don't know why, but I'm going to fit them. So they're gimbaled. Okay, so that's them. Right. Utility mount. Chaff launcher. I think there's only really one type of chaff launcher you can get, so we'll have you. I'll have to assign that to a button. I think I've already done that. I'll have to have a look. We'll get outside in a minute and go and see. And this one, I'm going to put a kill warrant scanner in here because oh, bear with me. Phone's ringing. Sorry about that. Earthbound life decided to interrupt for a second. Kill warrant scanners. I've got, oh dear, all this red stuff. Everything you do, you get this red stuff, and I'm just sort of, we got red with arrows pointing up and red with arrows pointing down and blah blah blah. Perhaps I'm just dark. Yeah, I probably am. I'm just suffering from something. So I would guess that what this does, I know what it does. It searches for outstanding warrants on ships for other systems, but I'm wondering whether the rating, and I mean the class obviously is on, you know, to do with the amount of space it's going to take up. But I'm wondering whether the rating determines how long it takes to actually scan. So if that's the case, if that's the only difference, I'm not going to waste. I'm not going to spend 365,000 credits on one of those. I'll go for this one, which is more middle ground. And that looks like it uses less energy as well. Just out of curiosity, how much energy do you use? 155, 155, 1095. I bet that's really slow. I bet that takes forever to scan that one. So we'll go for this. We'll go for a bit of middle ground on it and see what happens. And we'll put that in there. What I'm not getting is, I'm not getting it wanting to replace something with something else when I go to buy something yet. So looks like I've still got 18 tons of cargo capacity left. I'm not really interested in cargo, to be honest with you. Not for what I want to do here. Right, okay, let's go outside. Let's go out. We'll set the fire groups first. Set the fire groups first. We'll do that now. And then go outside and fire off a few rounds of this and that and see if we run out of power, or I start suffocating, or we blow up, or just downright fail. So let's just have a go. Right, fire groups, beam lasers, I want on number 2. Do I? Yeah, that's right, I want that on number 2, don't I? Oh no, I want them on number 1. Because I want them to fire on the primary, and I want these on number 2 to fire secondary. I'll put a kill warrant scanner on a different group. And put that as number 1 on group 2. So, basic discovery scanner. I'll just put that as group 2. Number 2 on group 2. So let's have a go. I think that's about it. Let's go outside, get a bit away from the space station, and this reminds me a little bit of World of Warcraft, where I mean, this game's obviously nothing like World of Warcraft, but a training dummy would come in very handy right now. So we could go out there and unleash a few rounds on it to see what sort of damage we do it.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Made the hideous mistake with 82 tons of cargo last night of entering a station without, in my other ship, without getting docking permission first, and that just isn't funny, really. They just relentlessly shoot you to bits, and before you get a chance to request docking, and I don't know, it's just not funny. I think this game could be doing with a few subtleties added to it, you know. Like, for instance, if you make a cock up and you accidentally shoot the space police, let them get the ump and fine you, but they don't have to shoot you down. There's no way, unless of course you launch an all-out attack on them. Then that's great. Then they can do it. you know, it should be okay, but
Landing gear retracted.
I don't know. Sometimes it's a bit hard on the friendly fire front not to let's get a bit away from the station, not to accidentally hit one of the feds. They do tend to fly right across your beam sometimes. Anyway, right, I'm going to stop here. Right, so let's have the weapons up. So that should be, oh, kill warrant scanners out of range. Can't remember what buttons I assigned to. Oh, there it is. D scanner's working. That's fine. Okay, that's good. Let's change the groups over. Beam laser out of range, cannon out of range. So I can't fire at nothing. Fantastic. That's not bad, actually. Mind you, they're shit cannons, so that's the only trouble. I just seem to want to fire for a long time. I'm quite impressed with that. Cannons won't fire at all because there's nothing to shoot at. But I didn't have any systems go online. Didn't have any systems go online when I fired those cannons. When I fired them beam lasers off. I hope them being turreted, it's not going to be a problem. I don't want them suddenly firing at other things that they like the look of rather than what I'm targeting, because that wouldn't be funny. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to, in the next video, I'm going to, I think we'll go out and we'll have ourselves a little battle somewhere. I'll find a good place, and then I'll start the next video off leaving whatever station that might be, and go to find someone to pick a fight with. I might just do a little bit of hunting around first to see if I can get a higher rating on these beam lasers, because they are a bit pants, and it does worry me that they're not going to get through somebody's shields quick enough. So that I think is probably what I'm going to do. But I'll tell you about that when if I manage to achieve that. We'll go through that in the next video. Interesting name for a space station. Beagle 2 landing. Did that not crash on Mars? It's a bit like calling something the Titanic, really, isn't it? I suppose. But anyway, I'm going to wind this video up now. I'm going to go and dock at the station, work out where to go, and then in the next video we'll be off, going to do some bounty hunting and trying all this gear out, and seeing how well it pays off. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. If you don't like it, tell me why. I'd much prefer someone just to be polite when they tell me why. I've had people, you know, that they get a little bit enthusiastic with the insults, and there's just no need for that, really, because you know, well, it just isn't. It's just silly. I don't go out to upset or insult anybody. So if you've got any personal thoughts that you don't like, that you know, you feel the need to share, then there's no need to share them with me, because I'm not really interested, and I won't respond to that either. I'll just delete your post. So anyway, that's that. That's got the misery out of the way. Just going to dock in here and oh, stop.
Landing gear deployed.
Look at that. Trespass warning. God, that was close, and then he did it again.
Docking request granted.
God, dear, that could have been naughty. I might have one of them next. I fancy an asp. They're a big old lump. So anyway, let's get in here.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
That's funny, that. Interesting that wants a repair. I didn't hit nothing. I ain't broke anything. Didn't get shot at. Haven't crashed with anybody. And we need a repair. So what's all that about then? I'll keep an eye on that. Because if one of these systems on here is damaging something else, then that's not going to be too clever, is it? I won't be happy with that at all. So right, anyway, leave it with me. I'm going to find out now where we can go and have a fight. If I can find a place to go and get to upgrade the beam lasers, then I'll do that as well before I do anything else. So anyway, I started out with, well, I think 5.5 million credits, and that's what we're down to. And you'd think after spending all this money you'd have some sort of a ship that nobody'd be able to make a real mess with, wouldn't you? So I'll give it a blast, see what happens. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.